Biot-Savart's law, the magnetic field intensity, that is DH, which is produced at a point P by the differential current element which will carry the current. Carrying conductor will be called as the element. IDL will be proportional to your product of your IDL and the sign of the angle, that is alpha, which will be angle between the current element and the line joining the two points, that is element and point P, and also inversely proportional to the square of the distance between point P and element. Okay, so that is given by DH equal to differential magnetic field intensity is given by K into I into DL into sine alpha by 4 pi r square, where K is nothing but proportionality constant. So now we are going to see the Biot-Savart law in detail. So now you consider a conductor which will carry a current, that is direct current, which will produce a steady state magnetic field around it. Here the Biot-Savart law is used to obtain your differential magnetic field intensity, that is DH vector, which will be produced at a point P due to the differential current element, that is IDL. So current carrying conductor is shown in your figure. So this will be acting as a current element, current carrying element, differential with the differential length DL. The current carrying element can be determined as a differential current element, that is IDL. A very small part of the current carrying current is going to be considered here. Here the point P will be considered somewhere else in the magnetic field, steady magnetic field at a distance R from the current element, differential current element. Here the angle theta acts as a angle between the differential current element and line joining the point P to the element. So that the Biot-Savart law will be stated based on the current element, that is the magnetic intensity field DH vector is directly proportional to the product of the current I and differential length DL, and also proportional to the sine of the angle between the element and the line joining point P to the element, and inversely proportional to the square of the distance R between point P and the element. So mathematically, you can write the Biot-Savart law as the DH vector directly proportional to IDL into sine theta divided by R square. So you can remove the proportionality by including the proportionality constant K. So here the K is nothing but 1 by 4 pi. So you replace the value of 1 by 4 pi in the place of K. Now you want to express the equation in the vector form, so that we are going to write the above equation, that is right side dl, that is magnitude of vector length as a dl vector. For that direction of the direction, that is unit vector, which will represent the direction for the current element to point P will be AR vector. So according to the cross product rule, DL vector cross AR vector will give modulus of DL vector as well as modulus of AR vector into sine theta. So modulus of DL vector can be simply written as DL. So modulus of AR vector is nothing but 1. So finally we will be getting only the DL into sine theta. So this DL sine theta in the third equation can be replaced by the DL vector cross AR vector in the place of DL sine theta. So replacing this value in the equation 3, you will be getting like this. So unit vector AR, nothing but vector divided by modulus of vector. So modulus of vector will give simply R. So R vector by R will give the unit vector. Replace this value in the fourth equation AR place. So you will be getting R vector divided by R cube. Instead of AR vector, you will be replacing R vector by R, so that in the denominator you will be getting R cube. So these are the mathematical form of Biot-Savart law. So now we are going to find the same Biot-Savart law in the plane. Okay, which will be, we are going to find out the DH vector, that is magnetic field intensity normal to the plane. Okay, so if, here you are going to consider the right-handed screw rule. So according to right-handed screw, the direction of DH vector going to be in the plane of paper. So the entire conductor made up of all such differential elements, we can obtain the magnetic field intensity H vector by taking line integral for the above equation. Okay, so that DH vector will be getting as a H vector. So now you consider the closed line integral, which is required to ensure that all the current elements are considered. Here, current can flow only in the closed path, which is provided by the closed circuit. If the current element is considered at point 1 and point 2, so we are going to consider 2 point 1 and point 2. Point 2 is from the point P, so that you will be getting the magnetic field intensity for point 1 as dH2 equal to I1 into dl1 cross A vector R12. Just you are going to replace the above equation by 1 2. Okay, it is nothing but we are taking all the things from by considering the point 1 to point 2. So unit vector, just you are replacing the value of unit vector by R12 by R12 vector by R12 in the place of AR12 vector. You will be getting this equation. This is nothing but line integral of Biot-Savart law. If you want to find out the Biot-Savart law on the plane, you will be considering the line integral for it. If you want to apply this same law for all the surface as well as volume, then you will be replacing this current element IDL by a k vector dot ds vector in case of surface area. If you want to apply it for volume, the current density will be j vector dot dv. So for volume, you will be having the three triple integration, volume integration. If you apply the Biot-Savart law in the surface area, you will be having the surface integral, that is double integration. This is the difference. The formula will be same, but where you are applying, based on that, your current element may vary accordingly. So this Biot-Savart law also can be called as the Ampere's law for the current element. So in the further classes, you will be seeing all this. Okay, thank you.